And a very good morning to you. It's a bright Friday, the 15th of November 2013. You're welcome to the first show here on First Digital TV. My name is Annie Efuampofo. I'm also here with Mr. Alfredo Kansi. In fact, Mr. Dr. Alfredo or Dr. Mr. Which one is which one is said first? Dr. Mr. Alfredo Kansi. Mr. Alfredo Dr. Kansi. Anyway, Annie, what? Okay, so I'm here with Mr. Alfredo Kansi.
Yeah, that's why.
And then actually, National Security or BNI, I think BNI also have a representative on that committee. Yeah. That's what's happening.
Well, if they're going to solve a problem, that's all what we are.
So Korle Bu saves 5 million after audit of new employees. That's what we talked about with a special audit of about 690 newly employed staff at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital has resulted in government saving 5 million Ghana cedis. The government would have paid 111.7 million Ghana cedis to the 690 newly employed workers as salary arrears for 29 months.
What else? You don't say money no be problem. Let's go. Men jam hong of a boy for four. Maybe the jam can be the Joseph draw. What am I come to Tim into mentos boy? The human dear Sam and then mad door. I don't want to reminisce how we used to be. I don't think you even know what you mean to me. What you mean your macada with a new release. I miss you, then you be my new disease. What you mean, will you be my proof for life? Someone coming home, I think I don't feel survive. You took my day, I don't see your time. Really want to see your face, make you meet for Skype. But then I'm a dog, this is what you mean, Pena. What was your good out with the man, didn't you? Then she was up a wins you fan hammer. And your brown, I have to ask what
your mama, oh yeah, and I want to meet your papa, oh yeah. Said I want to meet your mama, oh yeah, and I want to meet your papa, oh yeah. You made me wanna put down the one nini, put down the one nini, eh, put down the one nini, put down the one nini, eh.
You're welcome back. It's the first show here on First Digital TV. It's a Friday, so it's a talk of entertainment, and today our topic under discussion is reality shows. We're looking at the effectiveness of reality shows in the country on the entertainment front, and we also look at its contribution to the entertainment world. Now I have the gurus in the house who are going to help us because they have been involving themselves, engaging themselves, devoting all their times on reality shows that has been hitting our screens in the country. Now, I have been joined in the studio by Ivan Kwashiga. The name Kwashiga rings a bell. Yes, it's the Kwashiga you know. Not the one that is dead, but the one that is related to the one that is dead. So, I have Ivan Kwashiga. He's the son of the former minister, Courage Kwashiga, who passed away some few years back. And he is actually the CEO of Farmhouse Production. I almost, I called you yesterday and I was like, hey, am I right or wrong? It's Farmhouse Production. And I also have, if you have heard Sally, I see this girl, and this lady is like, if you talk about her and she hears it, she's going to go, yeah, so, just read the body language like, so, Sally, that's our big brother fame in the house. And I also have my all-time, who is the one? Okay, the victim is actually laughing. The victim is laughing. My all-time chocolate lady. You beat her every day if you want to talk to her. Trust me, you always beat her.
But I don't go for auditions. Actually, I had a fear for auditions, but it just so happens that I'm actually always chosen when I find myself in such places. So yes, like you're asking, Big Brother was just about personality. That's all. Nothing more.
Wow. So it comes back to the country.
What you're saying,
Actually, I don't also agree with you because looking at Hitmaker, it's a very successful show.
Because it was well done. Now the point
is well
also coming from.
Yeah, the point I'm trying to make is
and you do it well,
we accept it. Originality.
No, Annie, but you can't just tell me that you have your culture, and even where the culture is originated from, the people have not accepted, and you want to take it West Africa. Now, who told you that when you take it to Nigeria, they will accept it? Because they have their own
Trust me,
reality
Nigeria would
shows.
even let me do something very interesting on the set this morning. I have been joined in the studio by Praye. Now, if I say Praye, it's very ambiguous.
You be
because I have Praye Tintin, I have Praye Honeywell, and then Praye Tita. So guess who is in the house?
If you know Sally, you
Take
should
a wild guess.
I'm surprised.
Yes, surprised.
I'm surprised.
Somebody says I'll surprise you with my call. Look, I have Praye Tita in the house. Now, Praye Tita is in the house. Yes, he is the fiance, or either way. Sally is a fiance. Who is a fiance?
Listen, there's fiance and fiancé.
There's
What is
fiance
the
and
marriage?
fiancé. So the fiance of the fiance is here. Praye Tita is in the house.
And you know he also meant for me.
Exactly, but he's not in the house as a fiance. So please,
As
don't
a
be mischievous.
contestant.
He is here as a contestant of Nescafe African Revelations. He was also part of the reality show. But the Nescafe African Revelation, you were there with Pride, Honeywell and Praye Tintin. What was your experience on that program?
This
First of all, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're amused there.
Yeah, because I was not supposed to be on set.
I was
upon
even
arrival-
surprised seeing you on set.
yeah,
I'm
upon
like,
arrival,
nobody told me.
I realized the topic that was being discussed
Was
was, you know,
interesting.
it has something to do with me. I'm
with
like,
you.
hey.
I need to be on the show.
Yeah,
I am the one to be on
yeah,
the show.
I'm the one, 'cause we have a very big success
You
story
know, yeah.
when it comes to reality shows.
Exactly.
The manner in which the whole thing evolved and where we took it from, and I'm very happy today that because today is the first time I've actually, you know, had the opportunity to speak about this in the presence of my uncle, because I was working with
and
him
in the
then.
presence of your fiance.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm just, you know, overwhelmed that Ivan was the main idea behind the formation of the group Praye. Because I remember that day we were going for the audition. I was actually at work, and I came to him. I had no money around that time to even buy the form. So
came to
yes,
Ivan.
I came to Ivan, my
Charlie, I
boss.
have a family in the house.
Yes, I came to Ivan, my boss, which I was working for at that time as a production assistant, and then I begged him that I was teaming up with a friend. Then I didn't even know you're supposed to form a group of 3 when we were going for the auditions. So I only had Eugene, that's Praye Honeywell. He was at NAFTI then, so he closes at school. We meet in one corner in the studio around my office. So I came to Ivan. I'm like, Ivan, we're going for this audition. We need. Then it was 100,000, and then
Today 10 cities.
yes, 10 CDs.
Today, Thursday.
Yes, around that time too, it was the price package was around 100,000 today's money. That's like
The price
a
package
billion.
too.
Yes.
Oh,
We were
okay.
supposed to be. So we came to Ivan. Ivan like, okay, what song are you actually even going to perform? Perform the song. So Eugene had his guitar. We performed in the presence of Ivan in his office, and then he gave us when he's like, take this money and bring back the 1 billion. And that was the beginning of Praye.
And you did.
And we won. We won the national event. We won the African event. We contested against 7 other African countries: Mali, Burkina Faso, Senegal. It was a very big event and a memorable one, of course, because it was the maiden edition, just like her. And we won everything winnable. And then that was the genesis of Praye.
I love the
Today,
name
the rest
reality.
is
It's real.
Yeah,
It's
and
really
today is
real.
history.
It makes reality.
Yeah.
Some
And then-
you're doing gospel music.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I just believe that, not just believe, but truth is, this has always been my calling. This has always been who I am. You know, let's just say that I was just being assordained. You know?
Assordained?
Yeah. that kind of-
Assordained?
Yeah, Charlie. So
Praye Tita,
I
are you
was-
being assordained?
No, I mean there are different genres. So whichever one I mean, we're all preaching the same thing,
Exactly.
you know, because we don't do profane. Most of our songs are meant to entertain you and
Yeah.
to take you out of your miseries and all that. So we're all aiming towards the same goal, but just that he chooses the Bible.
Because that's
You know.
what his calling is.
Yes.
Into one, I know you're assordained.
It has always been knocking on my door,
Yeah.
you know, until one time when I had that beautiful encounter with God himself, and I knew it was time, you know, I knew it was time. I knew that Even though, for instance, I have a song called You Are, and in the song I was saying that little did I know, how many times didn't I refuse to do your will? How many times didn't I didn't want to do what you asked me to? But little did I know that you were preparing today. You know, so even in my trying to be hard-eared and all that and everything, God was actually in the process of preparing me for today, so that today when I sit down and tell you what I want to tell you, I'll know exactly what I'm actually talking about.
Really? What changed in your life after Project Fame West Africa?
Well, everything changed, you know, because the kind of music that I was doing before, when I started, it was strictly R&B, soul, and African fusion and all that. And matter of fact, it was too much Brofusem, if I should say, you know. And then back in the day when I started, all you hear on our radio is the Kojo and Cheese and the Daddy Lumbers and the, you know, Ofuriampo and Sense and the rest. You know, hardly would you hear anything in English. You understand? I remember one time Ofuriampo San dropped an English song and people were like, hey, wow, he could actually do that. Well, actually he could, but the market did not demand for that, you understand? So it was very difficult for my music to be played. So I thought that Mentor and Project Fame was a beautiful opportunity for me to, you know, get myself known that this is actually who I am.
Somebody like that would have been good for your
Of course,
kind of reality show, because he needed somewhere to.
We don't care what language you sing in. You can sing. Kanozi was singing in the event. Was doing very well.
Okay. Go on.
So I just thought that these for instance, Mentor, I thought it was a beautiful platform for me to be known in Ghana and to be known for this kind of genre, this kind of sound, if I should say. And West Africa, Project Fame West Africa was an opportunity for me to put it out there globally, you know, outside Ghana. So that was actually the main aim at which for which I started to do. I put myself into these reality shows.
Did you? Is it true you had an encounter with TB Joshua?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Actually, he was. I'd say, God bless him, man. Like, God bless him for real. You know, he was actually the first person I saw in a vision who told me that.
In a vision?
Yeah, I was at home when, and all I saw was that I was in his church, okay, and he was doing his usual Sunday service.
So it's not that you literally wasn't in his church?
No. I was at home, and he was doing his usual Sunday prophecies and all that after preaching and all that. And he came past by me. He was about to talk to someone. He came back, and all he told me was that, you see the microphone you're holding, put it down and pick up God's microphone. And I knew exactly what he was saying. You understand? I knew that I wasn't singing the right kind of song that God wanted me to sing. You understand? You know, we all have like priorities. I was saying that, you know, we all have different callings. You know, God places us at different places to make impact into the lives of people. Yes, singing is what I'm called for, but what's to sing about, I wasn't singing about it. So he made me know that this is what I want you to sing about. You understand? So then I knew that, yes, I had to pick up a microphone, but it wasn't the right microphone that I was holding. So I had to put that microphone down and pick up God's microphone. So I knew that this was it.
What was your reaction when you got out of the visionary state?
I knew exactly that this was it. This was what I...
Were you alone at home?
Yeah, I was alone at home. I was alone. You know, actually, I few weeks ago, I sent this as a testimony to him. So he actually invited me over, and we spoke, and he prayed for me and all that. And I was very grateful. I was very, very, very grateful that God used him. I didn't know him, and you know the beautiful thing, you know, just to prove that God actually is God, you know, and he knew exactly what he was showing me. The place where I saw myself, I've never been to his church before. I only see it on TV, and most of the time when I got there, I realized that the church was too big that even Krama cannot even carry every place in the church. But where I was standing in the church was exactly a place that I saw in the church. Was where I was actually standing when I was sharing my testimony. Was I could see the place. I even saw the role I was sitting on and all that, the wall, the design of the wall, and everything that I saw. And God was just proving to me that he actually was the one actually knocking on my door. It wasn't my imaginations.
Aren't you amazed with his revelations?
No, I'm not amazed. I mean, you hear this. I mean, if you listen to people who have had encounters with the Spirit of God, you hear these testimonies. I mean, if you don't understand, you feel they are strange, but yeah.
I'm feeling also.
Like you think it's a reality TV program, eh?
Yeah, we get real now.
really getting real now. Like, Sally,
Well, like he said, you know, God actually has his own time for doing things. When he was doing the secular music, like he's saying, now he has a story to tell. He would say that I have done that before. I have been there, so he would know how to advise somebody who is also, you know, like going that part, you know. So,
Not in natural sense. Not to say that Pride Theatre is doing the wrong thing, but like I said, he places us in different places to make impacts.
So you
Because
need to
the
grab
end-
your place
The,
and
the,
work.
the truth of the matter is that at the end of the day, no, we need to respond to a certain calling from God wherever we find ourselves. You understand? So he's found himself there, and he's supposed to respond to a certain calling to God for the lives of people. You understand?
can I ask a question?
Please, ask me.
Yes,
Him.
yes,
Him.
Sure,
Yes,
sure.
good.
Both of them. Is it true that they said some musicians, when they are not in the market anymore, people don't, you know, you are not in the market, then they actually turn to gospel music just to be relevant
okay.
again?
I understand what she's talking about. Okay, and I've had such questions coming most of the time. And to tell you the truth, before, let me tell you how much of a grace God put on me to actually do this, for you to know that it was actually time for me to do this. I had a deal in the US, a management deal in the US. They had actually spent close to $20,000 on me already. I had 31 songs to choose from for the album, which was supposed to be released 1st December 2012. You check your calendar, it's a Saturday. You know, everything was on
Set.
point. This man I'm talking about is actually a Ghanaian though, but he was the assistant to Neo's manager when he released the song So Sick. You understand? Now, I had to let go of all this. 31 songs, I had to choose 12 from. Big deal.
That were written for you, or you?
No, I had written, I had recorded. I had to choose 12 from for the album
To launch it.
on the 1st of December. And I had to let go of all these things. It was hard. I was telling God about God, Charlie. I mean, I'm not singing any bad song. I'm not telling anybody to do whatever and all that and everything. You know, and he got me to understand that I've been called for a different purpose. You know?
How did you explain it to these American supporters?
It was hard. And all he told me was call him. So one evening I called him and I told him that this is it, man. And all he said was, okay, cool. I was surprised.
That's all he said.
He said, cool.
But he
Okay.
could
And after
still,
today,
he
after
could
he
still
gets there,
produce you.
yeah, but his vision wasn't the vision
kind of
that
songs that you wanted to
I all of a sudden came up with. You understand? And I know that definitely it was the doing of God. If he is the one supposed to do that, he would have said, okay, no problem, let's go on with this vision. But he's not the one to carry that vision. It's somebody else. You understand?
That's rightly said and well understood. Prior, you have anything to say about what he said?
Not directly, but yeah, I can only talk for myself that music is music. It depends on what message you're sending out there, and like I said earlier on, the kind of music we do is supposed to entertain. It has a lot of humor. It's supposed to ease some, and then at the same time preach. You know, because when you're preaching about love is universal, or if I may put it that way, love. When you go to the Bible, I think you can even find love more than any other thing.
As far as it comes to votes, like Paiteja was saying, even just one vote can actually get somebody winning. You understand? Mentor 2, for instance, I was told that it was just 1 point between me and Prince.
The same to us.
Really?
You understand? Exactly.
Between me
It
and
was just
Prince,
1 point.
1 point.
Yeah,
As a matter of
you and
fact,
Luther.
in Project Film West Africa, it was a similar thing. I remember when they announced the second place so that you will know the first place.
Don't you think that the managers of the votes sometimes manipulates them or something?
Well, truth
Like
of the
she's
matter
saying,
is that
you don't know who votes and how. It should be probably more transparent than
you know,
it is now, so that you can
I'm not going to
feel-
mention names, for instance. But I know that in Mentor 2, for instance, you will even figure it out.
Let me figure it out.
Because the winner for Mentor 2, after everything, I got to know that his family had to, go borrow lots of money.
Yeah,
for
I heard
votes.
that one too.
You understand what I'm saying?
Actually, they borrow money for
You also
votes.
heard it.
Yeah.
For
It
what?
was everywhere for voting, like to
and
buy
it's-
credits to
Exactly.
people massively.
You understand? And when TV3 delayed a little bit in paying us the money and all that, they were almost stranded because people were knocking at their doors trying to say,
Yes.
"Charlie, yo, what
The
money?
guy has won.
The guy win the team, where the money
Replace- make our money
You didn't
now.
want me." So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that's
So the final, my time is up. So the advice is that the organizers must plan before, during, and after
yeah,
to
you should have a
sustain
plan, yeah.
the work of the stars
shouldn't be
they
left
make.
out there,
Exactly. I
you
mean,
know,
that was the point. It's
decide
almost
for them.
useless. That's true. Right. I've had Prior Tietia in the house. I've had Nisol in the house. I've had Sally in the house, and I've had Ivan Kweshiga, who is also the CEO of Farmhouse Production. There are lots of works they've done that later we'll talk about it. No, now I'm not here to advertise you yet until you come and pay. So, Sally of Big Brother, Ni of Mental Fame and Project West Africa Project Fame, and then Big Brother. I mean Prior.
Oh, big brother.
Big Brother. My name is Annie Efampofa. I'm sorry I couldn't take your text messages. Please forgive me. Maybe next time, another time I'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. We're back Monday morning with more education, and we're going to be doing more politics on Monday, and before we probably continue within the day. What are my producers telling me?
He should sing for us.
He should
One
sing.
of his new songs.
We are all singing.
Prior, give me a
Let
line.
me sing
Let me
it.
start with Prior. Prior, give me a line.
Line. There are 2 minutes ago. I don't know if you know where to start from. Let me do something.
Ni also Atwama. Give me a gospel line,
One of my songs called "Good Day" says,
please.
Waiting I go do make you see, say I'll be grateful, yeah. Waiting I go say make you see, say I'll be thankful, my God. Now who I be make I say I go take your praise, Baba. Who I be make I say I go take your place, oh, take your praise, oh. Come take your place in my heart, oh. Baba, you be too much, oh. Too much, oh Baba, too much, oh, too much, oh Baba, hey Baba, you be too much, oh Baba, too much, oh Baba, it will be.
Hey.